welcome back to Sonia's Book Talk for November. We are at the Stickney-Forest View Public Library. Today, the books I have for you all have to deal with characters who leave their lives for one reason or another, and no one knows. Their families don't know where they are. In one case, the family thinks they know, but they don't. So this is about stepping out of your life, vanishing from your life, and makes you think, did you ever want to leave your life for a little while or kind of just hide out from everybody? So I'm going to start with Dark Matter by author Blake Crouch. He's written some other things I've never read. This is the first book by him that I read. It's a sci-fi. This one deals with parallel universes, the multiverse. There's a little bit of science in here, but not too much. It's pretty much an action kind of what's going to happen. What happens is there's a physicist who one night gets abducted, blindfolded, shot up with something with a needle, and gets thrown into an alternate world where he is himself, but he is his self that is not married and has a brilliant career. And he just wants to get back to his life where he's married and he has a good career, but it's not, not like a famous career. His alternate self is living his real life with his wife, so he needs to figure out how to travel through these universes, these parallel worlds, get back to his real life, and how is he going to do that? And how is he going to confront his other self? So this is fast-paced, it's fun, there's not too much science in it, so don't worry. There's like a page of explanation. And Dark Matter, I recommend it. And it also makes you think about the road not taken. So it's kind of thoughtful and thought-provoking. And the next book I'm going to talk about is Cruel, Beautiful World, and we'll put up a picture of it right here because someone has it checked out right now. So I hope that person is enjoying it, whoever that person is. Cruel, Beautiful World also came out this year by Carolyn Leavitt, and she's written other books too, but not any big name books, and I haven't read any of those. This is the first book by her that I've read. This one is two teenage girls, two high schoolers, sisters. The younger one is 16, and she leaves, and she runs off with her English teacher, and they go live in Pennsylvania, and she doesn't tell her sister, she doesn't tell their guardian, their elderly aunt who's their guardian. And so there's the sister, Carolyn, is trying to find her sister, Lucy. It's 1969. There's, no cell phones, not that kind of thing. She's trying to find her sister. She meets this young man who also is dealing with loss of someone in his life. And meanwhile, Lucy is living with her English teacher, and he's becoming very controlling, and he's got her isolated and doesn't want her to go anywhere, and the situation's getting really bad, and they're in a rural farmhouse, and there's not even a phone there. There's not even any kind of communication. So that was really interesting part to read about. I liked that section of the book, what's going to happen, and is her sister going to find her? Because Lucy eventually realizes, I need to get out of here. I need to call my sister somehow. So that book is Cruel, Beautiful World. It's kind of a sweet book, but also it's kind of gripping and deals with issues, that are a little heavier. So that one was good. I recommend it. The last book I'm going to talk about is called Leave Me by Gayle Forman. Now, you've heard of her. Well, you might have heard of a movie, If I Stay, which is based on a book that she wrote it's a huge hit, a huge young adult novel, If I Stay, and there's a sequel too. It was a really good movie and a really good book. So I was like, oh, she has a new book, let me read it. It's called Leave Me, and it's not a young adult novel. It's geared toward adults. In this one, a mom of 4-year-old twins living in Brooklyn is very overwhelmed. She's trying to be the best mom she can be, but she also has her career. She's also dealing with health issues, and and her husband is being a jerk, basically. So she just one day, she just draws money out of her bank account and doesn't tell her husband where she's going, and she basically goes and gets an apartment and hides out. And this is kind of like every mom's fantasy sometimes. So just leave it all, just like go have some peace and quiet, and no one knows where you are, no one can be demanding, calling for you, mommy, mommy. So I went through this book in like 2 days, and I wanted to know, is she going to go back to her family? If she goes back, is her husband going to take her back? So it's very, it's introspective. You know, there's a lot of her thoughts. She does meet a doctor who's interested in her, and, you know, is that going to become something? I was hoping that would be a little more explored, actually. So it's introspective, like I said. There's the writing flows really well, and I just really liked it. If that sounds good to you, I won't tell you what happens. I won't tell you. You'll have to read it. So these are lives. I'm going to call this one Disappearing Lives. Did you ever want to just leave your life? Did you ever think about the road not taken and your choices that you've made, and maybe wanted to do things differently, or wanted to just be someone else for a little while? That's what these books make you think about. So thanks for joining me. Join me next time, and have a happy Thanksgiving.
If you enjoyed this video, please like the video and subscribe to the Stickney-Forest View Public Library's YouTube channel. Also, like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. The Stickney-Forest View Public Library District, where great things happen.